what are we going to be seeing from people? Looks like we're going to be seeing Vitamin C versus Eclipse.
Yeah, before I check out, because I believe it's my turn to take like a little break here. For Vitamin C and Eclipse, I think this is another one of those things where two teams like people are familiar with. So hopefully it's a good game. I know Vitamin C, I believe they do those Young Ink tournaments, the tournaments for newcomers. I believe you've probably casted it before, no?
I believe so, yeah.
Vitamin C, they've done pretty well in that. And then we've got Eclipse, who I guess definitely a top team. They're definitely right around that barrier. So let's see what they can do, not only in this game, but towards the rest of the tournament as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Vitamin C, Eclipse, both teams that we are at least semi-familiar with seeing. For some of the people in chat, some people who are new, definitely welcome to the scene, welcome to the team. We're gonna see these games and see how it goes down.
Right, and I think we're gonna bring back in the legend 9 Whole Grains himself. So 9, how are you?
9 champ?
I've got 9 champs in the chat. I have my tea now, so we're ready for
9, you're like real quiet.
Wow, maybe if I picked up my microphone, that
there we go.
would be
Yeah,
better.
9's way in the background, man. He had his
Yeah.
he's chill for the entire day. Welcome to Micro 9.
Micro 9, Robo 9. There's a million ways. However, we are back here, and thank you, Walkie, for that kind introduction, and more so for that excellent description of Vitamin C versus Eclipse. Vitamin C is the team that we have seen in our Young Ink tournaments who's gotten steadily better every time. It's one of those feel-good stories, and it would be an even better feel-good story if they were able to pull off this win over Eclipse. It would be an upset, no two ways about it. Eclipse, a steady team that has... steady's not the right word because it was formed partially because of a split and things like that, and there's been not really controversy, but some articles have been written about them and trying to find their way. They're looking to have a big, big day today, and if Vitamin C was able to get this win, that would be a big one.
That would be a huge one. Anytime a team is like really looking for something, really looking for a nice win today, they have the plans, they have the schedules, they have everything. If someone could come out of nowhere and upset them, that'd be huge. That'd be huge. I mean, we look at Smash. What was it? Good old Civil War. It was a hyped up Ally versus Zero tournament, and both players got knocked out like very early in the bracket. It's upsetting to see it happen, but exciting when it does.
Yeah, always very exciting to see. I'm trying to take a look here if I can identify how they've both done in bracket, because if one of them lost earlier somehow, then this would have some implications on who gets out. Let me see here. Okay, so Vitamin C and Eclipse, that's Group I. So let me take a look at round 1 here for Group I. It looks like
the top 2 teams of each of their respective round robin groups will be getting out of this and moving on to the big stuff, to the big bracket.
The big bracket. So, okay, Eclipse and Vitamin C both won their round 1 match. Both 2-0, took care of business there. In round 2, it looks like Vitamin C won 2-0 over Lunar Squids, and Eclipse also won 2-0. So, took care of business there. And round 3, Vitamin C got the 2-0 over Blue Peach, and Eclipse got the win 2-0 over Phoenix Armada. So, they are both coming into this undefeated. And by undefeated, they haven't dropped a game yet, either one. And both of these teams will make it out, if I'm reading this correctly. So
That's very good for them.
Yeah, it'll be good for them here. The winner of this will most certainly be getting the first seed. There is no question about that. But yeah, both of them coming in kind of hot, riding high. We'll see if something new comes of this. If Vitamin C is ready to take that next step, beat a top tier team here, would be a great time for him. Like you talked about, the upset, the underdog. We all love seeing it. We'll see if it is to be happening here today.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what we got going into it. Anything to say about that last set?
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. They took care of business. Great move by Swiffy there. You all talked about it, but you got to talk about the big plays that make it happen. Swiffy, very smart, just hanging back there, utilizing that sponge to make that jump, and just being a thorn in their side the entire time. There are a couple different ways you can play the end zap, and being up and personal is certainly a way that it can be done. A very strong close quarters weapon, but that was just a case of being outmatched. I saw in chat that was the first tournament for the team that they were playing against, and that's going to happen. All the members of Sugar, very, very experienced, a lot of different teams, a lot of games played, and that's just what happens. And I hope that the team that they played against will come back, come fighting, understanding that this is going to happen. It's a very hard game, and you practice and you get beaten a little bit and you come back, and I hope they're enjoying the rest of their games in pools.
Yeah, it's tough, and I apologize if I end up knocking down any of the teams on commentary. At the end of the day, we're just a couple voices looking to entertain. I encourage anyone who participates in this tournament, no matter what your record is, please come back again. Please come back again, take some time, practice, because all these players are human too. No matter how good someone is, at the end of the day, except for a few people, they're all just normal people. No robots. I know a couple robots. That are like a little bit too perfect with aim and frame perfect. But no, at the end of the day, we're all just humans. So, take some time, give it some practice, know that you aren't going to win all your matches, and have some fun with it. That's the key thing. Have some fun with it at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Taking a look here a little bit further, Kelp Dome, Rainmaker, Humpback Pump Track, Splat Zones, and Inkblot Art Academy Tower Control. So, unlike our last couple matches where we had some of the newer maps, we had some of the had some Clan Blitz in there. Yeah. This is just some classic stuff right here that we've seen in tournaments past here. Kelp Dome Rainmaker, a very, very fun one to play. One of my favorites. If you've seen the quote-unquote greatest match of Splatoon ever played that happened at Genesis 5, not Genesis 5, I'm looking too far ahead. Squid Storm 2017, it did happen on Rainmaker Kelp Dome, a very back-and-forth map that, as we all saw, no lead is safe on. Humpback Pump Track, Special City. Just throw as many specials as you can at the zone, and you'll probably take it. And then, of course, Inkblot Art Academy with that long, slow track up that plat area. But I'm really happy to see this come up this early in the tournament. What are your thoughts on it? I know you love it. We were there. We talked about it. But give us your thoughts on this map and mode.
On this map, I actually am not the biggest fan. Okay, this mode, flat zones for this mode, I like it. I like it a good bit. Rainmaker, it's a little bit sketchy. It's a little bit difficult. I'm personally more a fan of Humpback Pump Track, which I'm glad to see in the rotation. But going right into it, looks like both teams are going to be taking at least the right and left passage right here, with Eclipse with a little bit more advantage in the current situation. Great range blaster play coming out from a member of Eclipse, and they are going to be able to take it. It's a 2-down situation from both teams, and it looks like they are going to get it past this little bit of a throat right here. Only to go down pretty close, though. 22-point push as the first push. That's all right. That's pretty all right if I do say so myself.
That's a good push, and the other thing that you have to note about this is now it becomes difficult to get out of this area. You can take it up there at the top, not super advised. You can pivot all the way back here to the right, which is what they usually do, but you have enough time to come back and stop any push. And what's more, if you take this side, you don't get any control of mid. That mid is still purple. If they're able to get a couple picks here, they can make something happen, but that Brella does get popped, though. If they make a move here, they might be able to scoot past, but it looks like that is going to be Dragonudo that's coming around here. Does get taken down. They lose the Rainmaker, though, and that should be the end of that push. A solid defense, but you could see there why this is such a hard map to defend. There are openings. There are options here that don't exist on other Rainmaker maps.
This really is it's a very terrible map to defend on. The pushes come fast, they come far, and it's a little bit rough. It's sort of like a map you can get far in the beginning. As soon as it gets past a certain point, it just gets really hard to push any further than that. And right now, Eclipse is going to be looking to try and find those ins again. All grouped up nicely together. 1 down from yellow, 2 down from yellow, 3 down from yellow. This is a great opportunity to get a little bit of a push going. We are going to see some people respawn by the time that Eclipse gets it any further. But they are going to be taking it the left path. Very nice. Only to be greeted with a little bit of pressure coming out from both a Stingray and some suction bombs right now.
Yeah, that slowed it down, but I was about to call attention to the fact that they sent 2 left and 2 right there.
Oh,
I
really?
love the idea to use the Stingray there to kind of put some pressure on from behind as they're focused on stopping the Rainmaker. However, I think the Rainmaker died just a little too quick for that plan to come to fruition. Now they're pushing it back here. I like this positioning on the Slosher Machine, but gets called out. Can the Slosher Machine get any help over here? and that splatter shot still alive. Nobody's dead. And finally, one of them goes down, only for the killer to go down. And now it's a bloodbath. You knew some kills were going to come in there. Just a matter of time. And the middle, still purple, purple, purple.
What on earth was that interaction? That was beautiful. Look at look at our little spinny boy going in right there, doing some work, popping that Rainmaker. They're both just hiding out there. They both turn the same way. Seriously, the player synergy between on Eclipse is so good right now. With someone flanking from the back, only to be immediately taken out by Sage and then the other teammate right there, who I couldn't happen to read the name of. Good Brella play coming out, only to be taken down by Lily, who goes into this nice little bit of a trade situation right here.
That's a full wipe right there.
That's a full wipe. They have the Rainmaker, but they aren't going to be able to make it anywhere before the people actually end up respawning. So at the end of the day, this is just another wall that they'll have to push past in order to actually get anywhere.
The slashing machine does have the Stingray. Here comes the Ray. This is exactly what they needed. It's back there far enough, but the two are going to go down. The two frontliners there, the splatter shot and the end zap going to go down to what looked like the same bomb, and that is going to be the end of the push. Tragedy. They had everything looking for them there, and just not able to execute in that critical situation. I don't know if it would have gone all the way down to below 22, but that was the best look they've had, and I'm not sure they're going to get another one that good.
See, that's the issue with the wipe. Sometimes the wipes are really good when you're kind of close to the point. Other times, you get a wipe, you make it far, but not far enough, and then all of a sudden, the entire enemy team descends upon you, because they're all respawning. They're collected. They had those couple seconds to recompile their thoughts and are like, okay, now I know what we're going to do. We are going to kill. And that's unfortunately what our teams ran into right there. But it looks like Eclipse is trying to find a nice little in on the right, hoping to push it, as far as they can. We have about 50 seconds left in the game. Don't forget about that timer. And right now, Eclipse is making it just hard, very hard for Vitamin C to push back in here.
Yep, that's a full wipe, and a full wipe this close. This, oh, come on, Brella, jump it, got it.
That was such great defense by the Brella. The Brella actually looking like Reinhardt out here with that beautiful defense, not letting anyone pass that fire, guarding the Rainmaker, and allowing Eclipse to just slip in for that KO knockout.
Great stuff there. And Eclipse, you see the KAs there. The KAs pretty well tell the story. But one thing that I have to draw attention to, the one opportunity that time you saw Vitamin C get, they only got because Lily got, it was either a double or a triple, but it was an incredible individual play to make something happen, and that was the only opportunity they got. How many times were we saying the different names of the members of Eclipse there? They were all moving. They did a great job of taking care of business, great synergy, and were rewarded with a knockout. And, I mean, that's good Splatoon. That's what it looks like. Everyone contributing. Most all of their members were above 10, that 10 KA mark. They all took care of business. Now we're going to move on to game 2.
Yeah, there was not a single role left unfilled in that situation. Everyone had a role, whether that was the Rainmaker carrier, the defender, the flanker, everyone did their job very well, and if you do it well enough, you win games. And there it is, and all it takes is a little bit of an adjustment. That being said, Vitamin C didn't do that badly. Vitamin C was doing all right at times. They got a couple nice pushes. It was just Eclipse's use of the map and use of their weapons that they're able to secure a couple nicer pushes. And sometimes that's all you need. But Humpback Pump Track Splat Zones. What an interesting map. Humpback Pump Track as a whole. A map that takes not too long to get to the actual point. You got that little divide in the middle, the canyon in between the point of interest and where you're going to have to jump from. It's personally one of my favorite maps, and just interesting strategies and styles rolling out into it.
Mm-hmm. And the tale of this map is we talked earlier about how quickly specials can take it back. If you get a baller in there, or if you get a splashdown, complemented by either an ink storm or a bomb rush, you can take this zone back very, very quickly. And there's a lot of zone up on that plat area to take. I mean, if you lose it there, you can paint up there, you can shoot some in the middle, and you can build up those specials. So it really becomes a question of, can you put enough pressure on your opponent's raised area to keep them from just turning this into a back and forth cycle? So that's what we'll be looking for here. I love all the long-range weapons that are coming out here. We'll see which team gets that pressure on first.
That's true, and it looks like it's going to be on the side of Vitamin C for a second there. Now into a, it looks like, oh wow, a lot of people are going down for Eclipse right now. Actually, very strong initial push from Vitamin C, going to be causing people to retreat in what was practically a quad kill right there, forcing the last member to retreat. Now it's up to Eclipse and how they want to push, and it looks like they're splitting up their push a little bit here. They're trying to aim for more of like an approaching wall rather than approaching massive players. And Vitamin C did get it down to the 51 mark. They haven't gotten control over the map yet. There could be a chance for Ebbs to pop off a little bit, and it looks like him combined with the rain was enough to take back the point potentially. Only 1 or 2 more kills. That splashdown is going to be huge, and they are going to be able to hold the point after what was such a nice push. Just snuffed out completely.
That was 3 specials. They split themselves up into that moving wall you were talking about, and through every special they had. They're going to get it back here, but I agree with what you said there. A very, very good defense there by Vitamin C. However, enough of them went down that they just couldn't keep that defense up for a second time. There wasn't that great individual play that we were talking about. Now Sage going to be up putting on this pressure and gets taken down very well by 2 shooters there. Another 2 going to be going down here. Let's see how they deal with these bubbles. If Lily's able to get this kill and does have to run away, but they take the zone back, this is a completely different Vitamin C team. They're winning these 1v1s they weren't winning last game.
No, that was it. That's all. Sometimes you just have to, I don't know, as simple as it sounds, just play the game better than the enemy team. Like, sometimes it's not like this monster of an enemy you're facing. Sometimes it's, again, just normal human players who you can just happen to read and do better than in this certain game. And right now, it's a 3-down situation for Eclipse. They do manage to get the point, though, which I do have to give a testament to. However, that's not without contest. Vitamin C coming right back in. It looks like with just probably 1 drop of more ink, they will be taking the point back. But no! Eclipse taking it back for themselves. This is a good back and forth game. This is good Splatoon.
We see this all the time on this map and mode, and it's one of the reasons so many people like it. And Ebbs, once again, coming in here trying to play defense. If Ebbs gets that kill, and does, Ebbs has been the MVP here, and they do take it back. That was a missed opportunity. You said earlier 1 more drop of ink would have taken the zone, and I have to think that it was just a miscommunication to not get that drop. But luckily for them, Ebbs coming up huge with the individual play there to save the situation for them. They might be able to tick down this timer. It's all the way down to single digits here. If they're able to take this down once again and erase this penalty, they are going to be looking real good here. Although once again, 4 specials coming in. 2 people are going to go down, and Ebbs is going to have to come up big once again.
I said before that all these players are just, they're all just players at the end of the day. It's just about reading them correctly. That was an actual monster that Vitamin C had to look down for a second. That was armor, that was rain, and that were bubbles. that was an absolute force of nature that good old Vitamin C had to deal with. But right now, Ebbs doing a great job with this nice little flank maneuver here, throwing the toxic mist onto the point.
Oh, just not in time either. They're probably going to be able to get the zone off this. So Ebbs goes down too. What a great flank there by Dragonudo, pivoting onto the other side there. I thought they were going to have the zone in that situation. I thought Ebbs waited a little bit too long, and then Dragonudo just came in and shut the whole thing down. And we'll see another one going down, nobody near the zone. And what was an incredible effort there from Vitamin C. Dragonudo just sweeps the floor out from underneath them. And there it goes, 2-0 to Eclipse. And we talked about the specials being the name of the game. Eclipse, twice they threw all 4 specials at the zone, and they are rewarded with the win there. And if you're Vitamin C, you know you were so close there. You played it so well. You had control for a lot of time. You worked through a penalty, but just not enough in the end. But you have to be happy with the showing you saw from Vitamin C against one of those top-tier teams we were talking about.
Actually, no kidding. Like, the start of that game it shook me a little bit. I was like, wow. After how that first game went, which wasn't too bad. After that first game, I was like, okay, this is probably still going to go to Eclipse. The second game, though, like you said, it was an entirely different Vitamin C. They got the kills they needed. They got the plays they needed. And in that single push, they were able to bring it down halfway. It was just unfortunate that Eclipse, fortunate for Eclipse, that they were able to keep on getting those holds and keep on getting those plays. I want to give a quick shout out to Ebbs one more time. To Ebbs in the flow. Like, that man was holding it down for a lot of the game. Oof, yeah. That blaster play, man. It's scary. We were talking about earlier how tempting that blaster is. And man, when you got splashdowns and toxic mist and one-hit kills to control a point, it's real scary.
A very strong option and a good showing. This is a completely different Vitamin C than the first time we saw Vitamin C. We saw them in a few other tournaments. We saw them in Young Inc. This is growth. This is a team that has just come out here at the start in Splatoon 2, and they're starting to build something. So keep an eye on them if you're a fan of the underdog, if you're looking for a new team to follow. We see them a lot, and with any luck, we'll see them at the top very soon, or at least fighting for top 8s in big tournaments. Like I said earlier, I do think they'll still be top 2 in this pool. Neither one of these teams had lost a set coming into this. So provided they take care of business and some mathematical wackiness doesn't happen, we should see both of these teams again later on in the tournament.
Yeah, that'd be really good. I would love to see the return of Vitamin C, how they do in other waters, to make a pun on their name, and see how well they can eclipse some other teams. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right, and on that note, we're going to swap you out.
Please take me away. Take me away now. All right.
Lucky, are you ready for the fun?
I am ready, 9. Let's do this.
Let's do it. And just real quick before we get into the next one, give me your thoughts there on that set. Am I wrong in thinking that's the best Vitamin C has looked?
They may have lost, but I was extremely impressed with the way the Blaster Ebbs played, as you mentioned. It's not like just like he was getting kills, it's the way he was playing. I don't know, you could tell like he had skill to play the game. Like you could just tell by watching him that he knew what he was doing, and it worked out pretty well for them. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the win, but overall I think Vitamin C is going places.
I agree.